Doug clunks the handle of his axe on the floor, calling three silhouettes to gather in dim light cracking through the curtains. I've cleared blocks of Northwood already. The streets around Gunpowder Gully. More guns and ammo than we'll ever make use of. I thought that would be the worst of it, but it's not just the numbers. They're evolving. Doug sets his helmet down on a bench with a dull clink and runs a hand over his face. I'm not holding Northwood like this. We're gonna see hunters in Kevlar coming at us from Northwood Fort in a couple of weeks, if we're lucky. One silhouette steps forward. A ray of light illuminates her determined face. Autumn. Confident and steady, she says she'll join him. Doug doesn't object. He just says, "You'll need practice." Welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, starring Doug Fenton, football player. So, I decided that now that we have 3 members of our team, that I might as well teach them how to fight. So we're going to take a look at everybody's skills. We're going to start with Curtis. Curtis is asthmatic, which means that it may not be a good idea to give him that kind of training. But Leandro, let's see. Leandro is... Let's talk. I'd like to know him a bit more. Okay. Mana regen, lesser mana efficiency. Leandro's got a lot of spell casting potential, but no spells. And no spellcraft. And is apparently 47. I had no idea. Okay, maybe we don't go with Leandro. Maybe Autumn. No, we're not up for another challenge after slaughtering the shit, what's it called? The bad thing. Let's see. You don't have very good dodging, but we can teach dodging. You already have 1 point in cutting weapons. I guess what we may as well do is find another fire axe. But first, let's talk to Autumn, and we'll say we're not interested still, and then there's something that I want you to do. I have something to teach you. And we are going to teach... Dodging takes a bit, jeez. We're going to teach... Where is it? Great Axe Familiarity. Let's see how long this takes. No, don't stop teaching. It apparently only takes 10 minutes. Recently trained. You recently finished a training session and need a mental break before training again. Well, we taught somebody how to use great axes. That's pretty good. I don't know how long the recently trained thing works, or how long it goes, but I have an idea. We'll just put some light in here. And then we will trade. And we'll trade our fire axe. Doesn't have the appropriate pockets to accept that. That's fine, you don't have to. Give me that. Give me your that, and then trade fire axe. For some reason they don't have the appropriate pockets. Okay. Well, then we'll be right back, I'll tell you what. We're just gonna go over here, back to base. We're gonna get on our bike. Because I recognize since the developers decided to multiply butchering times by about 8 or 10-fold at the highest levels, that I wasn't going to interact with that system anymore. Because it takes too damn long. And I kind of want to do things in the game. That also means that we're never getting chunks of meat ever again. Like, all of this is probably the only chunks of meat we'll see through this playthrough. Which is unfortunate, but eh. I could figure out how to decompile, or at least branch off of this, recompile, or make a mod that just says, nah, let's turn down the butchery timing back to normal. How it's been for over a decade now. Let's see. But, yeah. What I did instead was I changed the butchery quality of the hunting knife to 10,000, which apparently has diminishing returns and eventually stops helping at all. Doesn't really do anything after about maybe 50. But now, butchery times are just tripled. And if I have help, it's slightly better. Let's see, I know what we're doing. I know what we're doing now. We need to turn on our flashlight over here, activate our washing kit, and we're going to wash that big duffel bag, which we do not have the Wawa for. Crap. We need the dry bag, and we need to go and find a little source of water nearby. We'll just walk over to the brook. Should be easy to fill it up here. All right, we fill the dry bag with 30 liters of water. Head back to base. Okay. Now we can get to the big duffel bag. And why not? We'll do one of the... Oops. I guess we can't do the right armor suit. We'll get to that in a second then. We're gonna... Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go all the way... Oh, what's this? Murky water we probably can't use to wash things. In fact, I think we checked that early in the game. Let's see. Pour that into this container. That should give us enough water. And then we can clean the riot armor suit, and we can put that onto Autumn. So she'll have something tough. Alright. Okay, so we'll pick up the big duffel bag. We'll wear the big duffel bag, and then we'll pick up the riot armor suit. And then we can turn off our flashlight finally. Wait, did we seriously not clean the big duffel bag? It's filthy. What was the filthy item in our... Oh, whatever. Oh, we have a big gym bag. That's right. Alright, well, let's take that and go all the way down here. That's a good gear bag. We'll just put that down. Playing Dolly Dress Up with my team. Even though only one of them seems like they'll ever be battle ready. Recently trained apparently takes hours to recover from. Okay. Alright, what are you wearing anyway? Let's sort your armor. Let's take a look. You have the clean suit. Under that, you have a work t-shirt and gray pants, and you're wearing... Are you wearing shoes? Honey, why aren't you wearing shoes? Do I have to go back and get some? Do I have some? No, I left them. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back. Good grief. These kids. Oops, we slammed straight into the pavement. Gosh. Still terrible at driving. Alright. go around here. Just climb over that obstacle. Let's see, what are we looking for? Shoes, shoes, shoes. One pair of sneakers ought to do it. Doesn't need to be fancy. Alrighty. And now we're going to head back. Whoop, almost ran into the barrier again. Alright. Sword armor, you're going to remove the clean suit. How do you get people to remove their armor? Okay. Unequip the clean suit. Yep. You just drop that on the ground. Right? I'm sorry, is your face green? Human. Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah. Human. With your real human skin. You don't need those safety glasses. But alright, so we're going to get you to remove those safety glasses too. Yeah, your face is green. What? Alright, hold on. We're still not interested in doing that job, but let's talk about what your abilities are. Your skin tone is literally just green. You have a green skin tone. Okay. And she's human. She's just a green human. Alright. Cool. Alright, well, how about we trade for the armor that I've got? Going to give you the riot armor suit. Whoops. Riot armor suit. Honey, you don't need the appropriate pockets. Whatever. Take the big duffel bag. You don't need the appropriate pockets to... Okay, I see what's wrong. What I need to do is, again, say that I'm not interested, and instead of trading items, say, I want you to use this item, and then give the big duffel bag. Actually, we just tell them use the riot armor suit. Thanks, I'll wear that now. Nice! Looks good. Still needs shoes. So... I wish you would stop telling me about this job that you want me to do. I want you to use the sneakers. Thanks, you'll wear that now. Very nice. And then I want you to stop talking to me about that, and I want you to use my fire axe. Good. Very good. You almost look like you're ready to, well, you're ready to start training, so let's get to practicing and go with, where is it? Axes, axes, axes. In order to... Okay, we need an armored training dummy in order to practice higher levels. And an armored training dummy requires a training dummy, cordage, a lot of scrap metal, cutting and hammering. It's actually not a lot. That's kind of nice. Okay. It's just the scrap metal that we need to worry about, so I guess if we find a good hammer, a sledge maybe, some kind of demolition tool, we can just go up to a car and smash it to bits. Well, let's take a look at what else we could do instead. We could choose crafter for great axes. We'll have Autumn craft this. That will... She already has great axe familiarity. The point of this is just to get her cutting weapons up to 2. So she starts working on that. Okay. Meanwhile, Doug is going to... let's see. Was there anything in here? No. Is there anything in here? Right, the fire station. And probably some extra fire axe, which Doug can fix up. So what we're going to do is just zip all the way over here through auto travel. By the time we get back, she'll probably be finished with her training. Now let's just ignore that zombie. There's nothing it can do to stop us. You have a item cannot fit issue, no problem. Pineapple juice cannot fit. Okay, that's fine. There's already a monster there, that's fine. What in the hell is that monster? It's a Screecher zombie. That's really bad. So we're going to put on grab. We don't have our earplugs. And we're not doing anything with that Screecher. We're just going to... What the hell is that? That's a zombie cow. Okay. Okay, we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna hop off here, and we're going to sprint into the fire station. Because there is another fire axe in here. Please stop that. Okay. Kevlar dog harness. Oh, if we had any dogs. Okay. A good helmet for her would help too. One of these firefighter helmets, as long as it was a good fit. Because if it's a good fit for you, it's a good fit for everybody. Just silly, I guess, but the way the game works. Okay. We got a fire axe. And I guess we could just go and deal with these rival football players. Get off. There we go. Okay. Smash. 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 Do we damage the fire axe? We did not. That is good. Smash. Smash, 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 smash. Blam, 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 blam. Okay. Take a bit of a rest again. Boom, blam, ow, pop. This thing is just a mess. There we go. Whoop. Sorry about that. I need to turn off one of my applications. Okay. Now we pick up all of the scrap metal. Just all the scrap. Large springs? That's cool. Yeah, we'll take that. Long strings, short strings, scrap metals, synthetic fabric patches. Yeah, we should take those. Let's see. Dummy, 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 dummy. We still need more because it only is taking into account all of the scrap metal that's around us. And we need to be carrying it in order for that to matter. We'll keep taking more. We're probably gonna need a lot of scrap metal for all sorts of projects. There we go. God. That took a bit. Alright, we have probably about enough. Sorry, did that say a motor? Tiny electric motor is completely toast. You could repair it, couldn't you? Yeah, with a soldering iron, in fact. Okay. Cool. We got what we came for. What's this, a bug out bag? No, just a gym bag. Okay. Now we go back here. Get auto-saved again. Zip across the bridge. What is it we need to make an armor training dummy? First takes an hour and... We have nails. We need a wooden panel, though. We can get one pretty quick. We can just dismantle one of our own tables. No problem. Okay. How about, in fact, we deconstruct that furniture. It gives us a wooden panel. We'll store that, take the wooden panel, and drop it right there. Oh, you know what? Just in case zombies show up. Even though I know wander spawn, so I guess turned off because, I don't know, maybe they had bugs. Seems like a lot of crap has bugs. Put those away, and then training dummy, we can make it right now. If I remember correctly, one of them is a carpenter. We might as well get them to come and help us. We'll crawl through that window like a dip, and then we'll get in the car. Okay. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. Let's check. Who's the one with the fabrication skill? Is it Curtis? Let's talk. Still got the alcohol withdrawal, and you got the shakes again, but it'll be okay. Maybe we don't ask you to help us fabricate. We'll talk to Leandro. Isn't good with that, but they can do metalworking, which is important. You actually have 6 in fabrication. Hell, come with me. Tell someone to follow. Let's tell Leandro to follow us. Come here. We got work for you to do. You hear the motor bang as it starts. Oh boy. Wait. The large electric motor bangs? Ooh, that's not a good sound for an electric motor to make. That may have mean that something popped. That's not a backfire. That's something malfunctioned and exploded. Come on out. Thank you for closing the door. Thank you for closing the window as well. Right, you can only get help if you're making batches of things. Well, whatever. You're gonna watch me do this, and we're gonna make this thing. Let's use permanent marker we've got. Oh, I guess we're just wielding this thing now. We'll just drop that. That's neat. And then we'll turn that into an armored training dummy, which takes 30 minutes. And probably some extra light. There we go. Armor training dummy. We'll use the nearby and on-person short strings. And now we have the armor training dummy. And in order to practice with it, we have to put it up somewhere. And we only need scrap metal and duct tape in order to continue practicing. It won't increase cutting weapons above 4, but it's the great axe proficiency that we want. That's awesome. All right. Let's set up the dummy. Required to conditions. Diggable terrain. Okay. Now, can we put it in? Okay. We'll dig it into the ground right here, and we'll have the training dummy in the backyard. Cute. Alright. Andrew, why don't you take a seat right there, and we'll have you guard this location. And definitely, Autumn is already finished with her training. So we're gonna go and pick her up real quick. We're just going to auto move, even though it's not exactly fuel efficient or in-game time efficient, it's real life time efficient. Hop over that. Okay. Back in and tell Autumn to follow us. You dropped your fire axe, honey. You need this. I guess we'll attack another horde, but I'll lend you a hand, but I'd try and recruit another gunslinger if you can. I think we're good. Don't risk torching the building it may be hiding in. If it has a basement, the sucker may still be alive under the rubble and ash. Never actually becomes a problem. Let's see. Let's learn about your abilities. You have great axe familiarity. Your cutting weapons is at 2. Your dodging skill, while not amazing, is still 5. You have a decent chance of dodging normal zombies. And as long as you don't get surrounded, you should be okay. Alright, there's something I want you to do. I want you to use the fire axe that I'm carrying right now. And get out of my way. You are going to help me smash up zombies and destroy all that plagues Northwood. Because Doug has been at this for a while on his own, but I think it's time to really ramp up. I'm really wondering why a human can just be green. Alright, come on in. Now, let's go outside and train. I will wield my fire axe, and while you train here... Hold on, I need actually to go grab some scrap metal. Let's see, we need... I already have the scrap metal. I guess I can just put it down right here. So we'll drop a lot of our scrap metal here. And then great axe training. requires duct tape after that. We just need some duct tape. Duct tape. We'll take a couple rolls of duct tape out there. Okay. Now, choose crafter. And it will be Autumn. And then Autumn, I want you to, because there's no reason to train that. Let's have you train great axes. And she starts working on it. Which will give her cutting 4 and great axe proficiency, God willing. And then Doug will also train. But we're going to turn on the flashlight, and then we're going to drop it right here. And then we're going to train with the axe. Taking turns wailing on the dummy. And Doug is now proficient with great axes, which means the next level is mastery. You know, I wouldn't mind the incredible increases to butchery times if you could instead lock it behind maybe a proficiency, because there's no reason people couldn't get absolutely incredible at it. I think the idea of basing things entirely upon human limits is a bit moot when most human beings actually can't fight for the amount of hours that Doug does. Your muscles will not just ache, they will be rent and torn by the end of a day, like any single day Doug has had so far. Why are we carrying an in-progress... Whatever. Let's drop the in-progress axis. And then let's just move an item over that so it can't be seen anymore. Are there more eggs? There's 4 eggs now! How lovely. And our chicken's probably just hanging out under the bench there. She's at 30%. We'll let her continue training. She needs to get cutting all the way up to 4. And we need to check. Recently trained 4 hours ago. It's still a problem. Let's see. Alright, now we need to take a look at some other things that we could do. How about we study our spells? Wonder, can... Valid targets is only self with Water Strider's Walk. If Doug goes to that aircraft carrier, it'll be alone unless he has a boat. Or somebody else with him can cast the spell as well. I think it may be better instead to teach his friends how to use different spells than he can. Storm Chasing and Complete Safety. Home Mage's Healthcare Manual. Purgation of Maladies and Knit the Rent Flesh, I think, can be cast on others. There's gotta be scrolls of spells that we haven't really tried yet. A Mysar. Not a cowboy, but on a steel horse you ride regardless. Doug does want to become a technomancer. It'll lock us out of Earthshaper, but you know what? We don't care. We now learned how to summon the Mojo Cycle. And Autumn walks on in to tell us that she has completed her training. Got this knocked out? Not yet. I actually do want to go over to that crowd and kill it. I want to know a bit more about your abilities. You are at 70% of the way to cutting weapons 3. So I think I want you to continue training, but not through the whole night. I would say come back here and stop dropping your fire axe. I'm going to talk to you. No, we still haven't. I want you to do something. I want you to use this fire axe. Thank you. And then I want to stop trying to go through the blackberry bushes. I want to change the crafter to Autumn. Go to practice and have her do Great Axe Familiarity again. While Doug failed to perform the Act Multiple Craft activity because no suitable locations were found. Sorry? I don't know what that means. I want you to use this axe, though. We have the duct tape, we have the scrap metal. We'll just make absolutely sure we have everything that is needed for this. Alright. Try again. Go ahead and just craft one. And she begins working on it. Yep, she has in her hands an in-progress Great Axe's Intermediate. Okay. And she failed to perform because the Act Multiple Craft activity because no suitable locations were found again. This is very silly. We're just not going to worry about that. Holy Blade would be cool. But we're not trying to use a sword. Alright, well, whatever. How about this? Can I start a training seminar? I can start a training seminar. I will. Oh! I can teach everybody. I would like to teach cutting weapons. Who should participate? Shit. First, let's keep track of... Because I want to see if this actually works. This is a new system that hasn't ever worked. Until probably now, hopefully it doesn't crash. Just in case, we're gonna quick save, because last time I used this, even though it was years ago, it crashed. Alright, so I start a training seminar. I go for cutting weapons. I pick everybody. It is 9:18. And that is everybody. That is everybody who can participate. Okay. And then we'll finish the selection. And it makes us weary. Okay. Let's see what that did. Not yet. Let's learn. Wow. That gave her 10% in cutting weapons. So that means that in the 2 hours and extremely weariness that I got to, it was baseline worse in every way than just having them practice on something themselves. That is really very funny. Okay. This game, sometimes, I swear. Let's just drink all our chocolate drink. We're not gonna drink beer. We're gonna drink the root beer, and then we're gonna drink some sports drink. We're going to study a bit of... gosh, there's gotta be a spell that we want to learn how to cast. You know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna go out here, and we're going to cast Summon Mojo Cycle. Just outright. We're gonna cast it right there. something about it just clicks. We now have a mojo cycle. I don't remember exactly how long it works. Hey, but it reduced its mana cost by 1. We are a novice in conjuring. That's cool. It's too bad this spell takes 1,000 mana to cast. And I don't think you want to be moving on it when... I don't think you want to be moving on it when it's about to vanish. Magic V Twin Combustion Engine. Otherwise, everything is basically the same. I don't think that you can smash it. Yeah, it just... Yeah, it just doesn't really do anything. It just wastes your time. Okay, cool. Let's go to our repair kit. And let's repair the fire axe that we're using. Repeat until success. Awesome, we managed to bypass the damage. And now we repair our fire axe completely. And we're never doing a training seminar ever again. Or maybe what we do is we sleep on it. Maybe that's what we do. We sleep on it. So maybe it was an issue of focus. Yeah? And they got into bed with me for some weird reason. Weirdos. Alright. We're just going to read some fantasy novel. Get our focus up really, really high. Get all of our mana back. Blow away a few hours. Eat an orange, the bologna, one of the tortillas, some apple cider, hell yes. Yeah, we ate like an animal, but it's a pain in the rump to actually go out and do the work to put everything on a table. I should just bring the table and the chair to the fridge. How about that? There we go. There. Now we can just eat straight from the fridge and not have to worry about it. Ooh, some ice cream we should eat. Hell yes. Doug has not had ice cream in a long time, but that actually boosted our morale even more. Let's see. I think there is a good argument for learning more about how to use the mojo cycle. So we're going to study that for about 2 hours. And that gives us a spellcraft of not quite 4. Okay. That's cool. Let's see. Well, let's try and get... Hey. Autumn. Wake up. No, I haven't killed the thing yet. Just come with me. Let's go. Autumn, come on, let's move it. Okay. I'll just put this fire axe right here, and then I'll tell you to practice. Oh, we don't have the scrap metal anymore. Okay, you know what? Autumn, stay here. Stay here. Just stay here. I'll be back. I'm gonna go and get some more scrap metal. Oh, that's funny. The mojo cycle piece is still here. Okay. I could blow apart that car, but... Oh, there's a car right up here. No, we'll just go over here. Let's go right across the way. Whoops. There we go. Okay. In fact, what's that in the back there? That is a animal locker. And it is toast. Okay. Let's just smash the hell out of this car. Take another rest. Okay. Take another rest. Destroy the front end. What the hell? Acid. Oops, we obliterated the battery. Alright. Take all the scrap. Take all of the scrap. As much as we can find. Interesting that the car batteries will actually now spray acid everywhere when they break. It's kind of cool. I think originally they would just blow up into scrap metal and lead. Okay. This should be more scrap metal than I could ever use. Oh, the car alternator is hosed. But it's fixable. With an arc welder and using low carbon steel and copper. Cool. Let's not ride the bike over the scrap metal and glass. We remember what happened last time. Ah, shit. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. We know this crash was just as a result of saving. The save finished. This has happened before. Everything is fine. As long as it actually loads. Okay, there we go. Contents index greater than content size. Parent location doesn't exist. That's fine. We don't care. Let's go. I'm trying to think of it. Last time, wasn't I on my bike when it crashed? Kinda don't remember. Okay. Alrighty, so we're back. We're going to store the axe in our inventory, and then we're going to drop all the scrap metal. And that was a total of about 400 scrap metal. Alright, now we choose the crafter, Autumn. You have the ability to do this. I know you can do this. And if I wait 5 minutes, you won't suddenly, as soon as I break line of sight and move just a little bit away from you, you don't get upset. Okay, cool. That's great. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. Now let's summon another mojo cycle. Even though it looks like we, crap. Completely hosed our focus again. And now it's too difficult. Alright, well, I guess we'll just study it for 2 hours. We're struggling to function. Oh, God. Let's make some food. Humble pie with chopped organ meats. Let's make a meat pie. Using dehydrated fish. And we'll use the hexamine stove. You have insufficient charges. Let's refuel that then. and then craft. Oh, continue crafting. Work on craft. There we go. And then we eat the meat pies. All 4 of them. Delicious. She should be done. Okay, we still haven't done it. Let's talk. You now have cutting weapons 3, and you're at great axe proficiency 63%. Well, Missy, you're going to do it again. And we are going to continue practicing. We're going to learn everything we can about this spell. Study for an hour. Spellcraft up to 4. Wonderful. Even with spellcraft up to 4 and maximum rank wind running, we still have a 50% failure chance. That is rough. Yeesh. Alright, then let's just read our fantasy novel. Get back some of our wariness. Check on Autumn again. Autumn's having a caffeine withdrawal. Occasional cravings, slight sluggishness, strength -1. Not so bad. You'll be fine. The major part is you've got great axe proficiency nearly complete. We're going to have you do it one more time as Doug continues to study the Mysar blueprint for another hour. We gain a level in Summon Mojo Cycle. Again, it's still too difficult to cast with very low focus. It's a difficulty 5 spell, so studying it is going to get us reaching towards Spellcraft 5, I believe. Okay, she's still working on that, so we'll go and snack on something. What sounds good? Barbecue beef entree, Asian beef and vegetables, and we'll get the 5 Fingers of Death out of the way. Frankfurters and beans from 1945. Alright. One more hour into the Mysar training, and Autumn has finished her training as well. We will now check on you. You are nearly there with Great Axe proficiency. You just need a little bit more time. But as soon as you have cutting weapons at 3 and Great Axe at fully proficient, that's going to be awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach melee. Actually, forget it. Hold on. Yeah, let's teach melee. Sunset always makes you feel a little bit better. Oh, that's cool. Saw the sunset is plus 10 morale. The sunset is especially beautiful today. That is awesome. And there's sunny area to the southeast there. Looks like the grid power flow is currently in the negative, but we don't have to worry about it because we have too much storage. All right. Let's see. Just one more training session, Miss. One more training session, Missy, and you will be battle ready. Really? I thought I trained you in melee and you didn't learn anything? What the hell? Alright, well. I think training may be broken. It's weird because this feature has been in the game a while. Alright, well, whatever. Let's have her continue to practice. We need duct tape. We're out of duct tape. Need so much duct tape for this. Drop the duct tape there. Have you, Autumn, work on your last bit of training. As Doug continues to study the Mojo Cycle, he'll read one chapter of his fantasy novel, and then study the Mysar again for 1 hour. Autumn has finished. And now, Autumn, I bet you're now proficient with great axes, and you have cutting weapons 4. That will do. We can take you out into street cleaving now. Let's talk. I want you to use this fire axe. You have earned it. And also follow me while you're at it. There you go. I guess we're all huddling in this one bed for some reason. Okay. Doug's going to eat a little more food and get a little more drink. Just sip some water, which is supposedly clean. Drop the duffel bag, the big duffel. We're carrying the big duffel bag? Why are we carrying the big duffel bag? We're gonna unload the big duffel bag, and we're going to drop the big duffel bag. And then we're going to... we could do some more training. Come on. Let's do one more session of something we can study. Social, maybe? I'll use a nearby smartphone to... Hold on. What is our social at? It's at 2. We want to get it up to 3. Yeah. Let's do social up to 3. Yes. We'll stop practicing now. And can we do social intermediate? Nope. We don't have the book for it to help us. That'll help us get better prices at anywhere we go. And you know, it's funny, there's this thing that I could have easily done a long time ago and didn't. I could have activated any one of these coins. After weeks, Doug decides to pick up one of these coins, and you rub the scratches on the coin, but leave no mark. O would-be traveler, how can you wear upon his visage like the wagon wheels upon the roads? What does that mean? It must mean that there is no nearby Forge of Wonders in this map tile, so we have to go to a completely different overmap. And they changed the way overmaps load. So I'm not entirely sure if that means that there just is no over. Does it take action to do that? No, it doesn't. But you leave no mark. Well, okay. A bit disappointing, but the day was fruitful. Spent duct tape rolls, scattered bits of metal and wood splinters litter the backyard. Empty sports drink bottles are lined up over the bench, all standing as testament to effort and progress. Training was expensive, but fruitful. Autumn is no seasoned veteran, but she has the grit. She's wearing the gear, and she did the practice. Battle discipline comes with days in the field. Bandits still harry the trade routes with the refugee center. Doug thinks it's time to show Autumn zombies aren't the only monsters out there. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment and a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay tough, survivors.